What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with a short video. This is going to be a quick update on OPTI International, OPTI. I had a few of the subs question me earlier, put some comments in the question, in the comment section, asking me to do this. So I'm going to make it rather brief, go over some of the new updates that have been going on with the company, what I think and the projections that I think this company, what we can look at over the next week or so. First and foremost, we had excellent news today about noontime today, Central Time, about noon Central. They had announced that Dr. Drew was coming on board as one of the advisors. Couldn't be a better move. I mean, a brilliant move by OPTI International by putting a well-known, world-renowned medical doctor on the team. This is going to add nothing but notoriety to the company, put some credibility onto the company. I've heard so many different things, from the $2 billion contract was fake, that Kevin Harrington and David Ojeda are not involved. What are they going to say now? I mean, let's be honest here. That $2 billion contract, that 8K was filed with the SEC. They are not going to put in a fake a fake 8K filed to the SEC. I've looked on Twitter. Transformative Research has a price target of $1.25 on this, and they're a little more intricate than I am as far as putting out research and different things like that. I think this thing's worth probably closer to about 50-60 cents, but if a financial research company is going to put a price target like that on it, who am I to argue with them? We all have our opinions, but I mean, even if it is only worth 50 cents, we're still talking nearly 10 times what it's worth now. This thing shot over 6 cents today, had a really nice run today. It was up about 18-19% today. The news came out rather late in the day, so I do think there's still more room to get this ball rolling. I think there was a lot of hot plays today, so people may have had their eyes elsewhere. When the dust settles at nighttime, when they're doing the research of what stocks are up, what news has hit the market, this will catch a lot of radars. People will see that Dr. Drew has been put on board, and this will, like I said, add some credibility to this company that is sorely needed, because I don't know what the apprehensiveness is. I still can't believe this stock is trading just a shade over 6 cents. Let's just go down the list. First off, they got Kevin Harrington on board. Kevin Harrington is of Shark Tank fame. He's the creator of the infomercial and the As Seen on TV brand. We have David Ojeda, who was formerly an executive with Amazon, on board. We have Dr. Drew, who has been a TV personality and doctor for well over a couple decades now. Had his own TV show, has his own podcast right now, works with another PPE company, in fact, which I've been hearing some rumblings that could be a merger. I don't know anything about that. I could care less if it is or not. That would obviously be good news, but that still doesn't change the way I think of this company. We also, we have the iWand, the iRover. We have the facial, the touchless temperature scanners. We have we possibly have EV news with their fuel optimizer, and all these different things that haven't even been brought up yet, and the possibilities with this company. We're talking this company can be in sports stadiums, they can be in churches, they can be in schools, they can be in just about anywhere where mass people or groups of people come in. They can be used on several levels. They can have the iRover in the rooms to sanitize the air. They can have iWands to sanitize any areas or any surfaces that could be touched. We're talking even cell phones, key punchers at stores. We're talking anything. Big places like Targets and Walmarts and different places like this can use these things for shopping carts. The list goes on. It's absolutely endless, the possibilities of where this company can go. We have people like Eddie Alvarez on, a former UFC champion, talking about this company on Twitter. A lot of famous people talking about this company on Twitter. This company has caught people's attention, and I've seen tweets of people coming through saying, so and so's a financial analyst at Wall Street, and this news actually made it to their desk. They've seen this news. Believe me, this has not gone unnoticed. This $2 billion contract, and when we find out the actual details of this $2 billion contract, who they're doing business with, exactly who they're selling to, and not to mention that the contract should be fulfilled by the end of the year. So we're only talking about another 6-7 weeks before this, whatever it may be. We don't even know if they're getting 7, 10, 15, 20% of this $2 billion in their coffers. So I do anticipate that we will have details of this $2 billion contract impending very, very soon. They put out their financials. They put out their 10Q. Very, very good earnings report. The fact that they put out a unaudited version of this just a couple weeks back, I think that kind of killed the steam on it, and I think people were anticipating that they were going to release that news. I think they played a brilliant move. I think what they did is they didn't release the details of the $2 billion contract because they had the Dr. Drew news. So they knew, okay, we may suffer a touch as far as share price due to the fact that we're not releasing the details of the $2 billion contract, but we have really big news to put on top of it that we need to release right now. So I think what they did is they released that after, pushed the stock up. I'm almost positive we're going to have another day tomorrow. You have to look when this thing ran up the last Thursday. We had this thing shot up to 8 cents and then pulled back, shot almost up to 8 cents again, and then dumped. There's a lot of shorts from that 8 cent range in. If we break 8 cents, there is not going to be a single short that shorted those millions and millions and millions of shares that were shorted over the last week. Not one of them will be positive. Not one of them will be green. They will all be red if this thing pushes up just a little more and gets to that 8 cent range. I don't know how much pain they're willing to take, but if this thing breaks that level, there's bound to be some shorts getting out. When that happens, the price is going to go up because, as we all know, when a short gets out of their position, they have to buy. Once this gets to a certain level, we are going to have a short squeeze. We are going to have a short squeeze. And the fact of the matter is, this short squeeze of this size can be monumental. This can be one that, looks very similar to the one we had a couple months back with SPI, when a stock ran from $1 to $46 in the blink of an eye in a couple of hours, 3-4 hours. This thing just short squeeze, and just, there are people shorting this thing at $3. There are people shorting it at $6, $10, $14, $20. I mean, people were shorting this thing all the way up, and every time they were getting trapped and squeezed and pushed out of this. So we have a lot of good news. They have contracts in Greece, they have contracts in Latin America, they have contracts in Israel, they have contracts in the UK. They are growing and growing significantly and growing fast. They're putting billboards up all over LA now. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing them in Sacramento and San Diego, San Francisco. They start branching out. You start seeing them in Las Vegas. You start seeing them in Phoenix, Arizona. I have a feeling they're going to move west and from the west and start moving east with these billboards and with this advertising. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing some of these infomercials. Only a matter of time before we start seeing these guys in major retailers, having contracts with major retailers. It's bound to happen. We just had a Forbes article that highlighted the OPTI wand and, stating what type of product this was, saying it was very comparable and a better produced product than most of these similar products on the market in a very competitive price. Like I said in a prior video, I did my research. I looked around, and a lot of these similar products to the iWand are anywhere from about $100 to $140. The iWand is $99. In fact, I have a Juul vape. The iWand is very similar to this, and I think this is, you stick it in your pocket, it comes with a little bag, you can have it on you at all times. You have this thing out and you just 10-12 seconds and everything's sterilized. It's a very nifty little product. I believe that this thing is going to get much bigger. Like I stated in the beginning of August when I said I believe this could be the #1 stock for the rest of 2020. Going after it, ran, shortly after it ran right up to 19.5 cents, got shorted heavily, and I believe they did do some dilution, and it pushed it back down. They don't have very many shares left to dilute. They don't. So that is a very, very good sign. And I definitely will have my eyes on to see if they, they authorize any more shares. But I haven't seen any of that going on. So I do anticipate this thing having a monumental short squeeze and this thing just flying. So, I did have my reservations by the way it traded, for the last couple months. It was kind of, this thing was just very frustrating. Even it was frustrating last Thursday to watch this awesome news with a $2 billion contract. I think the biggest thing was the contract was too big for its own good. People saw this and they were like, bull. There's no way this company got a $2 billion contract. There are OTC companies that get a $2 million contract. I've seen OTC companies get a couple $100,000 contract and fly up 100, 200, 300%. We're talking a $2 billion contract. And this could be a perpetual ongoing contract. This could be a contract that's reoccurring. We don't know any of the details of this yet. And that's another thing, another big positive of this company, because now we have a possibility. I mean, we're definitely going to find out the details of this contract. Finding out the details: are they in business with 3M? What are the hospitals and what are the businesses that they're selling to? Just having these big names added on to the OPTEC name and latched onto it is going to add credibility and definitely going to add profitability to it. So I do like this going into the weekend. I loaded up again today. I cut off about half my shares. What was it? Friday, Monday, and I think it was Monday. And then I added back today, so I'm back at full size. And this is the stock that I think you kind of have to be patient with. This is more of a longer term hold, a swing trade. I'm not saying hang on to this thing for 15, 20 years. That's not how I trade. If you guys watch this channel, you know I'm a day trader. But this is something just like DSGT. I love this stock. I love this company. It's something that I bought and just put it away for a little while. I'll ride with some of the ups and downs. Sometimes my day trader nature kicks in and I get impatient, but with this I'm going to be patient because I do know without a shadow of a doubt there is going to be a time when this stock just ignites and blows up. So that's really all I have for you today. Again, we had great news with OPTI. Dr. Drew's on board. He's got a lot of connects. He's very well known. He's going to do, I'm sure, everything he can because I'm sure he got paid with shares. So I'm sure, I don't know the details of his contract with OPTI, but he is an advisor just as David Ojeda and just like Kevin Harrington. So I think with these three guys on board, they still have other execs that are on board and on the advisory board that are well-renowned, people that are, very, very diligent business people in the business world. So this company's doing all the right things. They're making all the right steps. I think this PR today pushes them probably towards I'm hoping the 8 cent area to where we get these shorts trapped and pinned against the wall. And if that happens, look out. I don't know how much pain tolerance these people have and how much pain tolerance these shorts have. But again, the high is 8. You have to keep in mind the high is 8 cents. The recent high is 8 cents. So there's not many shorts in all those millions and hundreds of millions of shares that were shorted just last week alone. None of them are above 8 cents. So as soon as we pass that 8 threshold, every one of them shorts is red. Now, what's their pain tolerance? We don't know. But we will find out, because if this thing pushes much higher than 8 cents, we're going to start seeing a short squeeze, which we may see beforehand because shorts may be like, well, look, the tide's turning here, and we might as well take a little bit of profit before we go red. So we will see what happens. I'm looking, for a really good trade tomorrow. I anticipate a little bit of a gap up. Probably a run because this news was a little later in the day. Perfect first green day setup for OTC, or OTC first green day setup for OPTI. So, all signs are a go as far as I'm concerned. So, as always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter at John R. Spano, JOHNRSPANO 1. That's at John R. Spano 1. You'll see the logo, Tactical Trading. Follow me on Twitter to get live time, what I'm playing, what I like, what I see. We had a great trade today on HALB. We got in at 3 cents. We got out at 4.2. Thing shot all the way up to 4.5. I ended up taking a little bit of a loss because I took it at 3, got out at 2.8 on the dip. It never really recovered, but I still think HALB's something to look at going forward. We had TSMP, great trade. I got in yesterday, and this thing shot up all the way to 6.1, or 0.0061, and then it kind of pulled back. They're going to have another PR tomorrow, so I would keep an eye out for them as well too. George Sharp said that they're going to have a PR tomorrow and also have a PR on Tuesday. So I think that one still has a little bit of steam. So we have all eyes right now on OPTI, HALB, and TSNP. And if anything pops up, I will put out a short video in the morning, or if I don't, follow me on Twitter so you get the live time of what I'm looking at, what I'm trading, because I'm usually tweeting all day. So, and again, I got another 4 weeks off with this knee. So what am I supposed to do? I'm going to sit around and trade. And so as always, again, please like, please share, please subscribe. Any comments, put them in the comment section below. And let's get that money, traders.